The electronic payment service Cash App could award its users more than $15 million as part of a new class action lawsuit. Users will have the ability to claim as much as $2,500 in connection to the suit. It claims the company was negligent with their data on two separate occasions. And we're going to bring in Ted Rossman now for more on this. He's a senior industry analyst at Bankrate. Ted, thanks for joining us. Can you help break this down for us? What was the basis of the lawsuits that led to this settlement?
Yeah, there were a couple of data breaches in 2022 and 23. One of them involved a former employee accessing information inappropriately about Cash App investing customers. That impacted about 8 million people. There was also another, I believe it was sort of an outside bad actor that hacked into the system. So this is compensation for a couple of data breaches. What's notable is that there's a higher bar to claiming this class action money than a lot of other suits that I see. You have to prove that you lost money as part of this or that you incurred additional costs, up to 3 hours of your time, which they're going to pay back at $25 per hour, or if you had to pay for credit monitoring or things like that. But people should know that if they lost money because of one of these things, there is recourse to getting it back. But it's not just blanket money for all Cash App customers.
Okay, so you mentioned all Cash App customers. There are millions of them nationwide. I have to imagine this is going to be quite a task to make sure that everyone who is eligible for part of that $15 million payout knows they're eligible. How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, you need to file a claim before the mid-November deadline. So we're talking about people who lost money between 2018 and 2024. And you do need to prove that you lost money through some sort of fraudulent scheme. Somebody hacked into your account and sent money without your knowledge or something like that. Or maybe you incurred overdraft fees from your bank because of an unauthorized transaction, or you had to pay for credit monitoring. These are all some of the things that would be eligible, but you do need to prove actual financial losses. So you need documentation, whether that's a police report or screenshots or other documentation.
Going forward, is Cash App offering any other identity theft protections to those impacted? And if you do receive part of that settlement because you were impacted, does it prevent you from taking any further action against Cash App or its parent company in the future?
I'm not sure about the legal aspects of future action. I haven't heard about any credit monitoring that they're providing as part of this. Now, I know that there are a lot of other ways to get that for free, like Experian, for example, has a good credit monitoring program that people can get for free. Really, the main takeaways from this are to be vigilant. I think everybody should be pulling their credit reports every so often, maybe every few months, get them from annualcreditreport.com. You can do that for free, or a lot of banks will offer you free credit reports and credit scores, and just be vigilant about your financial statements, everything from credit cards to debit cards, bank accounts, peer-to-peer services. We love the immediacy of programs like Cash App and Venmo and Zelle. The problem is that they are ripe for fraud because it's often harder to trace, harder to reverse. We do see a lot of scams involving these peer-to-peer services. Be especially careful if somebody's trying to trick you and they're impersonating a bank or a government agency or a retailer. Oftentimes they like this sort of payment because it's hard to track and hard to reverse.
Ted Rossman, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.